Hello again, and once again thank you for watching my video. On today's video I'm going to be showing you this set of almond acrylic nails with Glitterbels products again. So on the first finger I've gone in with the Glitterbels Snowdrops White acrylic powder. I'm going to be doing an ombre nail on this finger. So I've gone in with my first bead at the tip and I've just patted it down the nail and just feathered it back. The room that I was doing the acrylics in was cold, so the acrylic was quite wet and took quite a long time to set, so that's why there's a lot of patting and prodding around with the brush. I'm just adding acrylic to try and neaten up the acrylic itself. I'm neatening up the free edges and just trying to get that fade down the nail ready to put the nude acrylic over and create a nice blend. So on this finger, I've gone in with Glitterbels Rose Gold Crush. I'm doing just a normal plain glittery nail here. So I start at the cuticle and just pat back just to create a nice even fade up the nail. I then go in with a second bead at the top of the nail, at the tip of the nail, sorry, and just drag back slightly just so they meet in the middle. Sometimes the beads that you use just isn't enough for the glitter. You can sometimes see a patch, you know, where you miss a bit, or if the glitter's just gone a little bit too fine, which is what happened with me here, and that's why I then went in with another bead just to tidy up those gaps, which it's visible yourself really, it's not visible on this video. Whoa, I don't know what happened here, but I'm back. So on this nail, I wasn't sure whether to do a marble nail or a colour block, so I just sort of went with what I did. It was quite messy actually to begin with. Once the acrylic had cured, I had to go in and file it down and neaten it up, and then put a bit of glitter on at the end just to sort of tidy it up. It went from being a colour block to a marble to a sort of swooshy long nail. It looked nice at the end, but it was just a messy process to begin with. So I'm just going to speed this up because it's not something I'd advise to follow really. So on the pinky, I am doing a full nail of Glitterbel glitter. It's so hard to work with. It's the first time I've ever used it, so I didn't really know what to expect. I tried mixing it with a little bit of clear acrylic powder just to sort of, I don't know, just to try and help me, I suppose. So my advice to you, if you're going to be working with Glitterbel, is to practice it first just to get a feel of the glitter. It's very thick. The ratio of glitter to acrylic powder is there's more glitter than there is acrylic powder, so you have to sort of work around that. So yeah, my advice would be to have a practice with it first, because it took a lot of adding, removing, pushing and pulling around really, so as you can see. But it's nice when you get a good result. It's, you know, it's a nice finish. So yeah, I'd practice before you use it. So on this finger I've gone in with Glitterbels Pastel Pink. I've just gone in with a second bead on the apex and patting it down slightly to create a feather effect, and just pulling slightly back up the nail to create a blend. With the next bead I've gone in at the cuticle. I've put it just a little bit away from the cuticle, patted it down to blend it towards the cuticle, and then feathered it back to create that apex. There's a bit of a bump in it then, it was getting on my nerves, so I filled it in as best I could, and then I did go over it with a file just to get rid of that bump in the cuticle and create a nice, even, neat cuticle area. So I've gone in with a clear acrylic and I'm just capping that blend just to protect it from the file. I've just go in now and cap the rest of the nails that need capping with clear acrylic powder, and then I'll move on to the next hand. So on the thumb, I'm going to do an ombre nail using the Pastel Pink and the Glitterbel glitter. So I've gone in with my first bead at the cuticle, I've pushed towards the cuticle and I'm feathering back to create the apex. I go in with a second bead, again just to create that apex, feather back up towards the tip of the nail, and that's where I'm going to be putting the glitter. Just neatening up that apex. I keep getting glitter in there from the brush. I think it's on the tissue. I do change the tissue halfway through. So I go in with Glitterbel now, a big bead at the end, at the tip I should say, and feather that down the nail. As I said before in the video, the glitter is really hard to use. It's just because I'm not used to it. It's not, I don't think it'll be hard once I'm used to it, but because I've never used something like this before, it was difficult. So I was just pushing it and prodding it around the nail just to create that blend. When I was happy with it, I then cap the full nail with the Glass Slippers clear acrylic powder. So on the pinky, I wanted to create a glass nail. I don't think I've done one yet on this set, so I just wanted to get it in there. So I've used the Glitterbels Rose Gold Crush. I'm just doing a swoosh across the middle of the nail, just adding a couple of stars to that, just to give it a bit of extra, I don't know, just make it look pretty. So I'm just adding them little bits now. I then go in with my clear acrylic powder and just cap the full nail from top to bottom. So on the next nail I go in with Glitterbels Snowdrops White. Again, I'm going to create another ombre nail, so I'm just going to keep this on full speed because I've already shown you earlier in the video. So obviously same again, just start at the tip and pat it down the nail, feather it back to create a blend. Just let that set, and then go in with the Rose Gold Crush acrylic powder, same as the other hand, full glitter nail. So start at the tip, at the cuticle, sorry, and feather back, and then put another bead on the tip and feather to the middle so they meet, and then just fill in any gaps. Come back to the ombre, go in with Pastel Pink and the apex, feather down, go in with a second bead, etc, etc. I'm going to play a tune while it does that. So finish capping those nails and tidying it up. So on the last nail I've gone for a Glitterbel ombre nail again. So I've gone in with the Pastel Pink at the cuticle to tidy up that cuticle area and feather back. Go in with a second bead to create the apex, feather that back again, and then I go in with the final bead, which is the Glitterbel glitter. And again, there's lots of pushing and pulling around the nail just to get that glitter right, just to get a nice blend down the nail so it looks like ombre, so it looks scattered. Once I've got the result I'm happy with, I'll go in with the clear acrylic powder and just cap that blend. So I didn't realise that I put this part on the video, but I did. So the last finger actually is the thumb. It's a marble nail, so I've added 3 beads to the cuticle and I've just dragged that down the nail from right to left. So as you can see, there's the 3 beads, the pink, the white and the silver. I mix them up and then I just drag them colours down the nail. Because it's quite a wide nail bed, I've got gaps at the side, so I'll just go in at the end and just put teeny weeny beads and just mix them in. Once it's all set, I'll just file it over just to make it nice and even, and then I'll just cap it slightly with a very, very thin layer of glass slippers, clear acrylic powder. So just to finish off, I've come back to that ring finger on the other hand that I wasn't happy with, where I wasn't sure whether to do a marble or a colour block. So it doesn't look that bad now, it's been filed and capped. So I'm just going in with some little stars now, just to make it a bit even more prettier, I suppose. I think I just wasn't happy with it overall. The client seemed to like it, but I just wasn't. I think because I was so unsure. I'm not sure why I was like that really. I just don't know if I thought the colours were bright enough for a blend, so I was going to colour block, but then, yeah, so I've done what I've done anyway, and I'm happy with it now. I've put the stars on, so just capping those stars over, and then cap the rest of the nails, file, cleanse, no white top coat, and cuticle oil. And that's the finished result. So I hope you like them. It's obviously different to what I'm used to, and it's a different shape to what I've put on so far. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.